Hello everyone. So in this video, let us learn how we can automatically close some issues. Now, there are plenty of use cases. Let us say you're working in support where people raise tickets and you resolve those tickets, but for some reason you don't really get a response on time. So maybe there are issues that are in a particular status like waiting for customer, and maybe you have a policy where if there is no update on the issue, you want to close those issues automatically. Now, it is of course a simple example, but you can think of any other use case. Maybe you have a criteria where whenever a certain field is filled in, you want to do something, right? So this is something that you can do, of course, using ScriptRunner. And of course, I'm talking about ScriptRunner for Jira on data center. And by the way, you can also do that on Jira Cloud using automation. You can watch my Jira Cloud automation videos. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to write a JQL. Now, if you're new to Jira, or if you're not really sure about how to write a query that will fetch issues that are not updated in the last 10 days, what you can do is you can use the basic search. So let us say you want to focus on this project, which is sample Scrum project, and you want to focus on in progress status. So yeah, you can do that. And what you can do is you can use this more option here, and then click on updated date. And then using this interface, you can say, okay, if the updated date was maybe 10 days ago, then you want to, of course, close it. Now, I'm trying to focus on just one project because we want to transition. And when we transition, we need to know the possible or potential available transition, which we can configure using the job that we'll use. So what I will do is I will copy this JQL, and I will go to the ScriptRunner. So I'll open ScriptRunner, and what we need to do now is we need to find the option here that says jobs. And ideally, if you have a workflow, like a common workflow, that will work perfectly. But if not, maybe you want to limit your query to only show you maybe stories, right? For example, in this case, the workflow is we have to do in progress. I think it's a subtask, but for story, the workflow might be okay. So I think the workflow is same, so it should work. So we need to create this escalation service, and escalation service will work based on a JQL. So you can copy paste the JQL here, and then you can say here that I want to run this maybe every 15 minutes, or maybe at a specific time. So let us say 15 minutes, and maybe you want to add maybe a name here, that auto close issues, and you can say that I want to run it as admin user, or ideally you should have a service account, as I mentioned, as I always say. Now you can select here the action. This is actually the important thing. So maybe you want to, so first of all you need to figure out the workflow. So the workflow is, I believe, software simplified workflow, and this list could be a huge list because you can have a lot of workflows, and these step IDs will then help you to identify the possible or the right transition. So I think the workflow is I think it is this one, right? So we want to close it. So I'll select here close, and I want to maybe skip the permissions, validators and conditions, and maybe you want to add a comment that we are auto closing. So let us say add a comment, and you will get a code here, and you can say that okay, auto closed. So I'll just type in here the comment, and there is also one more thing that you can do. You can also set the resolution automatically. For that you need to know the resolution. So let us first auto closed, and you may also want to say that okay, I want to issue input parameters dot set resolution, and we have to find the resolution ID, and the resolution ID is something that you need to figure out. So to find the resolution ID, what you need to do is you need to go to the system, and then go to your resolution here. So I think, okay, let me just search it. resolutions, and I think this should be it. Okay, so the resolution could be done, and the resolution ID is, I think, if I hover my mouse, 10000, so 10,000. So let us set here 10,000. 10,000. Yep, perfect. And you can of course add this job, but you can actually run it right now. So if you run this will do something. Okay, so number of issues returned by the query 2, and if you go back to the JQL, or maybe I'll just open this separately. So SSP10 and SSP12, these should be in done state with a comment. Okay, so it didn't work. So there is okay, so it didn't work for this particular SSP10. Let us look for the SSP12. Okay, so it didn't work, but it's okay. We'll okay, did we click on the add? Okay, or did we click on run now? Okay, let us click on run now. Okay, let me just add it, and I'll just double check. Okay, so this is the correct workflow, and add. And okay, so there is something wrong. Okay, let us take a look at what went wrong. Okay, so I think the workflow is maybe incorrect. So it says it seems that you're trying to perform a workflow operation close. Okay, so we have to set. I think we don't really have the close in the workflow. So maybe we need to do something else. Let us go back to the workflow. Okay, so maybe I'll select here done. And this is of course a tricky part. I didn't look at the step ID. Let us run it now. Okay, so now I think it worked. So if I now refresh this issue, and this is done, and there is a comment auto closed. You can also take a look at the other one, and done, and there is a comment called auto closed. So it's a simple example, but this will of course I mean, we actually did quite a lot of things here. I mean, not only we automatically transitioned the issue, but you can do anything. You can actually maybe in your I mean, usually when you're using escalation service, you can set the or you can basically transition the issue. Personally I prefer using my own custom script, using a custom schedule job, because it will give you like a lot more flexibility, because I know how to do it. And once you're comfortable with these things, I mean, the good thing about the escalation service is that it is easy to maintain. Anyone can go and modify the JQL. But once you're comfortable with the script now, you can always write your own script, which will give you a bit more flexibility, because escalation service will only work with a JQL. So that is the thing, and it will only work with issues. Sometimes maybe you just want to do something with projects. So for that you need to write a custom job using ScriptRunner. So yeah, that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.